everybody to Phoenix International Speedway, or IMS Speedway. My name's Josh Hall. I'm joined tonight by David Wright. Dave, how you doing tonight?
I'm doing well, Josh. Getting ready for some ARCA Pro action here at ISM. Nice little tricky tri-oval. Should be fun.
For sure. Great little trail tonight. We are here for 70 laps here. I apologize, I don't have all my graphics up just yet. I thought I had them, and then they disappeared. So bear with me for a moment. But right now, at the top of the speed charts, we got Isaiah Gill with a 27. 27.99, so great blazing lap. The only car in the 27s right now. And Phoenix is one of my favorite tracks. It's one of those tracks I definitely want to go to myself. Just a lot of nostalgia to the track. It's been around for so long.
Yeah, I really enjoy it, Josh, especially in iRacing. The ARCA cars specifically are pretty cool and fun to run here. Really takes a bit of a wheelman or woman to handle the track, and going to be a lot of throttle coming out of 3, so we'll see how they feather that and handle that. That looks to be the most trouble so far in practice.
Yeah, and the other unique thing about this track is you're able to use that apron down the backside, that dog leg. You can really cut the course a little bit and make some time up. Let's take a quick look at our points after last week at Southern National. And Kyle Mays, your leader, he's got a couple wins under his belt, doesn't he? He's your points leader. Dylan Dunford setting in second with Derek Chaput, Brandon Richardson, and Ronald Coe, your top 5. Chaput and Isaiah Gill, the only other winners in the top 16 right now, so they're going to be locked into the playoffs.
Yep. So those 3 locked in, obviously, Kyle Mays, Chaput, and Gill. And you also said tonight Isaiah was also running the fastest so far in practice. He's been pretty strong last few races, so we'll see how that pans out tonight.
As practice is over, we're going to get some qualifying underway. Let's see who's the first car to get out on track, and it looks like it's going to be Logan Hagerman, first car out on track. There he is. That's showing replay. Let's get live. Oh, looks like got some open qualifying here tonight.
An interesting twist to ARCA Pro for this Monday.
Take a look at Michael Provault here. So we'll have 10 minutes of open qualifying to see how we're going to line up here. And if it's anything that looks like practice, we should see Isaiah Gill getting towards the top of the field tonight. Brett Merle also on track. Brett Merle, newly married. His first race as a married man tonight.
Yeah, we'll see how that weighs on his conscience. I'm sure he's got a lot to think about. But then again, once you get through that weekend and that whole day of the wedding, as we like to say, it's just one day in your life. So kind of move on. We'll see how Brett is doing.
Yeah, my wedding day was probably the most fun party I've ever been to in my life. And I'm not just saying that because it was mine. It's one of those things where, nobody complained and it was a great time. Tyler Aspinall up to the top of the board right now in that 45 machine. Ooh, Atman Reese having some issues there on the front stretch. Now these guys will have 3 extra sets of tires in the pit, so 4 sets of tires altogether, 1 set on the car and 3 in the pits, and these guys will have 1 reset tonight. We're already seeing cars really cutting the course there and trying to get everything they can. That was the 29 we saw right behind Tyler.
Yeah, some interesting settings early in this race, Josh. We see 10 minutes of open qualifying, 3 extra set of tires for only 70 laps at Phoenix. All the other races have only had 1 extra set, so I don't know if there's a slip up here in settings or a holistic change altogether for ARCA Pro.
Let's take a look at our track here. And a nice cool track tonight. Temperature is 74 degrees. degrees, and looks like the track temperature is, what does that say, 96? It's a little small on my screen. I apologize, I can't see it. But very low humidity because it is Phoenix here. That's going to make a big difference on how these cars handle tonight. We take a look at Kyle Mays out on track. Kyle Mays is your second fastest driver right now. Bobby Mays is the fastest driver on track right now, 28:07. Isaiah Gill just getting out on track now in the Dynaco car. Makes his first lap, 28:09. Tying Kyle Mays and up into the wall.
Oh, got a couple more cars together on the front stretch there too.
Oh, I see those there. Mark Shaver's having some issues there, parking it down on the bottom. See Brian Merrill Jr. in the Batman car. Oh, he's real loose there. Dirt tracking it off of turn 4 and able to hold on to it. That was impressive. You see Bobby Mays back on track. Right now, fastest car on track, Isaiah Gill. Still sitting in third. We'll have to see if he's able to pick up some time. You see these guys really using that dog leg to their advantage. Really cutting the track. And we might see him, I know last season in the Cup and Truck Series, we were seeing him 4, 5, 6, 7 wide through there. We'll have to see if these ARCA drivers are that brave themselves going through there.
Yeah, that dog leg can get real sketchy, Josh. Especially some of these guys driving one monitor, maybe even 3, but not really paying attention to the left and right. You really got to be conscious of cars diving down on that if you don't stay up top, and then cars kind of merging back on. It can be a bit of a mess.
There it is, Isaiah Gill jumping to the top of the board with a 28:06. Now Bobby Mays bests him with a 28:05. So these guys are just finding tenths everywhere tonight. And those tire sets don't matter here in qualifying. These guys have unlimited tire sets right now. If you take a look, Michael Proval sitting back in the 15th spot. Sponsor of last week's Truck Series race, or excuse me, Cup Series race, with Fortuna Iron sponsors his car here in all his series. Let's see who else is out on track. Atlee Atman Weiss right now out on track. Try and move his way up the field, sitting back in 13th right now. Got the 51 of Zachary Cox all over his back bumper. And Phoenix is such an interestingly shaped track. I know NASCAR's actually changed the shape of the track recently. And we're not really seeing that here on iRacing just yet, but the front stretch here is actually the back stretch on iRacing now, or in real life now. And your start finish line is actually through this dog leg. Makes for some interesting racing, is for sure.
Yeah, you wonder when iRacing's usually pretty good about those changes, Josh, and keeping up with that stuff. So be interesting to see when they update that to be up to par.
Don't say that too loud. There's a lot of people still salty that Watkins Glen isn't up to yet.
What's off on the Glen?
Oh, they haven't. They still have all the grass through the right after the carousel. Ooh, 3 wide here. Michael Cheeseburger Lawrence. Oh, Zachary Cox spins on the bottom there. They were just 3 wide, and man, now they're all wrecking on the front stretch.
You're talking about grass that fills in the bus stop?
Yeah, no, not just the bus stop there, but the carousel, that little short chute down to turn, turn 7 or turn 9?
Yeah.
I know it depends which layout you use. It's got so many different numbers.
And you're going to see that in person, Josh, and get a taste of that wonderful road racing in the beautiful Finger Lakes in New York.
You know, I'm looking forward to that. I can't wait to get out there. me, Dave, and Joe are taking a trip out to Watkins Glen. It'll be my first trip out there. I think it's going to be you guys is probably what, like 20th or 30th?
Yes. Yeah, I mean, not that many, but at least well over a dozen. So, yeah, it'll be a good time.
So Isaiah Gill does move back up to the top of the board with a 27.99. Bobby Mays still having a 28.05, not able to get there. It looks like he's having a really good lap here, though. Really sliding that off the corner and does not improve his time. Tyler Aspinall just moved up into the 4th spot. This open qualifying can be real tricky, Dave, because you have so many cars out on track. You're trying to make a great lap while you have other cars who are running a bit slower than you. You see the 11 run up the track there.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you. You know, it's kind of a catch-22. Some of the stuff is really good. You know, you can mess up and obviously get resets, unlimited sets of tires. Get out there, kind of drive lines behind some of the faster guys and see what they're doing. But then again, like you said, the track is crowded, so you don't have it all to yourself.
Yeah, and you could be on a flyer, and all of a sudden somebody spins out in front of you, and that ends your lap. You can be up, 2-3 tenths on your best lap, and you see Zach Cox have a little more issues down that bottom side. Looks like that bottom side is real slick here tonight, as all the grip's going to be, looks more like middle up off of turn number 4.
Yeah, 4, and then usually 1 is a little bit tricky getting into. You really got to be light coming into 1, and how you feather coming out of it. And then, yes, to your point on 4, usually against the wall. If you're in the inside lane, you really got to have the car more straightened out and diamond off the turn to really get a strong run.
See, I'm that guy that likes to run the apron down there through 3 and 4. Get the car to turn the best, especially on older tires.
Yeah, you just got to be careful with the throttle. You see some of those guys coming off on that apron out of 4, and if you're on it, trying to keep pace, you'll see them lose it a little bit.
See Derek Chaput slide up a little bit as qualifying is now over. Getting ready to do some racing here at IMS. Also, shout you guys out who are watching. You got 2 on Twitch, 3 on YouTube, 4 on Facebook. Don't forget to drop a like, follow, subscribe if you haven't already, and make sure to let us know who you're rooting for tonight. Dave, we can hear the iRacing chat coming through your mic just a little bit. Definitely don't want to hear that if there's any radioactive type content.
It is ARCA Pro, Josh, so it gets a little bit spicy. Hopefully we won't have any USA International that we had last week type of tempers flaring, but we shall see. Another semi-short track, so only a mile.
So let's take a look at our starting grid tonight. On pole, we have the 2 of Isaiah Gill with Brandon White on the outside. Brandon White sneaking into that 2nd spot. Bobby Mays and Todd Mays are going to make up row number 2.
And then we're going to complete the maze in row 3 with Kyle alongside Tyler Aspinall in the 6th spot. And then we have a Merle sighting. Both the Merles sitting next to each other, 7th and 8th. Brett in 7th, Brian in 8th.
Let me just adjust my microphone real quick. 9th place, we're going to have Michael Lawrence in the 47 with the 29. Brandon Richardson in the 10th spot. 11th is going to have Tony Richardson and Zachary Cox round out row number 6.
Row 7 starts off with Dylan Dunford in that 94 machine. Outside, Stoney Benfield in the 14th spot. Derek Chaput following up behind Dylan Dunford with Alan at Man Weiss, sitting in the 16th spot.
17th is going to see Nick Mather and Michael Provolt in the 95 in the 18th spot. Mick Olofsson in the 77. He'll be rolling off 19th with Alex Martinelli in the 22.
And then we have Mark Shavers going off 21st and Logan Hagerman going off 22nd. Doesn't look like any qualifying time from Logan Hagerman. Don't know if we got some technical issues or what's going on there. See if we have him on the grid.
As we see the cars starting to roll off on track right now. We're getting ready to do 70 laps here at IMS Speedway. Dakota Camper says row 3 going to be interesting. I agree with that, as I know there was a little tempers flaring between them recently, and looking forward to seeing how these guys play nice with each other tonight. I did get a chance to listen to the Radioactive on the Logan and Cody show, and heard a little bit of what was going on, and man, tempers were flaring last week as the pace truck takes that hard left-hand turn onto pit road. Green flags in the air. We're racing here. Isaiah Gill jumps out to a great lead here, diving into turn number 1. Todd Mays right behind him. And then the 45 of Tyler Aspinall hanging tight in that third spot already. A little 3-wide action behind. We saw that as everybody's diving down through the dog leg there.
Not wasting any time, Josh, getting 3 wide.
No, that's for sure. As Brett Merle's working hard on that outside around Kyle Bates, trying to take that position from him down the front stretch. It looks like Junior may have hit the wall just a little bit, caught that, slowed his momentum. Right behind is Zachary Cox on the inside of Cheeseburger, and you see the 94 of Dylan Dunford way down on the bottom through the dog leg there. And Zachary Cox is taking no time, moving his way through the field already.
Some good caution-free run here early, Josh. Getting a few laps in, which is not what we have seen early in the ARCA Pro Series. You're usually plagued by some early cautions, so that's really, really good to see. We're out somewhat separated and some pretty good, clean, tight racing.
A little wiggle out of Brett Murrow. Brett Murrow was underneath Kyle Mays there. Didn't want to get into him, getting off the, going through the dog leg there, and actually almost lost it. They able to hold on to it. His brother right behind him. Here comes Kyle Mays underneath Bobby Mays here to take away that 4th spot. And right behind him, the 11 of Brett Murrow trying to move his way up to the front as well. Now it's starting to look like the pack's really getting single file here for this part of the run. And it's not a bad idea to kind of get things spread out and set yourself up for the long run here, as it looks like we might actually have a bit of a long run.
Yeah, like I said earlier, a refreshing sight to see. Dylan Dunford, it looks, diving in there on Cheeseburger around 3 into 4, see if he can clear him and take that spot going down into 1. But yeah, some good racing so far, Josh.
Looks like the 75, Stony Medfield. Thought he was going to come right along as well. I guess I'm really, really quiet. I have to apologize for that. Turn on my microphone a little bit. Hopefully that's better for you guys. And yeah, right behind him, Derek Chaput. Trying to get around Stony Benfield here as they come off of turn number 4. Up front, Isaiah Gill still leading the pit way. Pulling away to almost a 2nd lead.
Yeah, and Bobby just jumped underneath Todd. Todd got a little loose coming out of 1 and then through the dog leg, and it looks like Junior may be able to even clear him as well. So Todd a little bit off pace there.
And as a short track, very flat track, really easy to burn your stuff off early if you're not careful, especially if you're trying to guard some position there at the front. As we see the 11 of Brett Murrow also trying to get around the 25 here of Todd Mays. Looks like they're going to do it. One car way up the track. Looks like the 51 of Zach Cox. Rim riding here. As he's trying to work around the 29 of Brandon Richardson. Heading the 94 dives all the way down. Really cutting that dog leg and making the track much shorter. Get that great run underneath the 51 of Zach Cox here. As we're working lap number 10 of 70. And still green flag from the beginning so far. I know unlike the other iOS series, the ARCA Series does not run stages, so the only cautions we're going to get tonight is if there's actually an accident and iRacing throws the yellow.
And all of us in iOS know that very, very well. Coming out of last week, where we had a couple races where yellow should have been thrown and some field was lost.
As we all know, as we see Kyle Mays trying to get underneath of Tyler Aspinall here. Oh, they slide up the track a little bit. They're able to hold on to it. Tyler Aspinall still in that second spot, trying to chase down Isaiah Gill. Isaiah Gill to over a second and a half lead here. As you see Kyle Mays and Bobby Mays.
Yeah, Isaiah just out running away with it really right now. And then most of the field kind of spread out. There's a couple battles going on as we jump back to 7th, 8th spot, 6th, 7th, right around there. Couple guys, Brett, you see slide up there a little bit, and Todd get underneath them. So there is still some battles going on. We'll see some tire wear come in here as well, Josh, as we get in around 15, 20 laps. And we'll see how that starts to affect these ARCA Pro cars, and see, you know, if they start sliding, getting loose in some of this traffic, and see how we maintain it.
That's for sure. Is great battles all over the track. Tyler Aspinall now back under fire from Kyle Mays. Kyle trying to work that high side this time. And it looks like he's got a bit of a run on that high side. Able to stay right there with him. And as they come off the corner, Tyler able to keep it low on the bottom. But here comes Kyle Mays around the high side here, which you normally don't see here at Phoenix. Someone getting a good run on the high side.
Yeah, I agree. Like we were talking earlier, Josh. You said you like the apron coming out of 3 and 4. Oftentimes, that's where you see the runs, and even going into 1. You know, not very much of a high line. It's something you really got to kind of hug down low.
Zachary Cox looking underneath the 25 of Todd Mays. He just got around Brett Merle. He's moving himself forward right now. He's up 7 spots from the drop the green flag. So he's having himself a great little run here early on in the race. We're just past 16 to go. Ooh, Brett Merle almost pushes up into the side of Todd Mays, but he's able to hold on to it. Right now, Todd Mays just dropping like a rock.
Yeah, he may have ran them off. And we touched a little bit on the artist formerly known as Hogan Lagerman. Started back in 23rd or last position, all the way up to 11th already. Logan very adept at the short tracks, so definitely knows how to roll the corners.
Oh, little contact there. Sends Todd Mays up the track. That was a 29er Brandon Richardson getting just that little bump and run up the track, and he's going to lose another position here. As we were just speaking about him, Logan Hagerman jumping underneath him to take away that 10th spot. Another great battle still on track is first and second. And Isaiah Gill's loving to see this. These two battling it out as it's just allowing him just to pull away more and more each lap.
Yeah, stretch that lead out to 3.5 seconds now, Josh. I feel like it was just a couple laps ago we were saying 1 second. Um, really pushing the lead to great lengths.
As we just had 3 wide here with Dylan Dunford, the 29, Brandon Richardson, and Brett Merle were all just 3 wide coming through the corner, able to make it work. As Dunford having a great little run. Oh, the 11 way up the track, almost into the wall. Able to hold on to it as one car just caught the lull. Michael Provolt a little further back.
Yeah, we touched on it a bit ago around lap 15 to 20. Then the tire wear, we'll see it start to wear off. And some interesting lines for some of these cars.
The 5 car almost got into the side of the 11, had to back out of it. Loses all his momentum. So, great green flag run here. Really impressed with how well these guys are able to hold their lines and race each other cleanly and respectfully. As narrow and short of the track as this is, as flat as it is too.
Yeah, excellent run so far. Really, really impressive racing.
And a lot of drivers showing a lot of patience right now too. As you see Cheeseburger almost getting taken 3 wide by Stoney Benfield. Right now, this is the best battle on the track. This is a battle for 11th, 12th, 13th, and 14th on track right now. As Brandon White just gets a 2 for special and moves himself up into the 11th spot. Passing 3 cars in 1 corner.
Hell of a move.
Now Stoney gets around Cheeseburger here, and Cheeseburger and Todd Mays just falling backwards right now, unfortunately. Todd Mays down 10 positions from the drop of the green flag, so he's hoping to get a pit stop done pretty soon. Get Ford, Mr. Feelgoods on and get himself back out there. 'Cause I think, I'm almost guaranteeing right now that he just burned this off right at the beginning.
Yeah, I'm sure there's a good handful of these guys, if not half of them, hoping for a caution to come out very soon, Josh. Some of these green flag runs with some of these guys burning them off may spell disaster for them.
Well, Kyle Mays trying to get around Tyler Aspinall. At the same time, Zachary Cox just went around Brett Merle Jr. There goes Mays. He's going to clear Tyler here. Oh, Tyler gives him the bumper back to try to get that position. These two battling real hard here up at the front. And while these guys are battling as hard as they are, here comes Zach Cox in that 51 machine. Kyle chops the nose just a little bit. And see if Tyler can get back to that back bumper. But at the same time, here comes the 51. Try to get his nose under him.
And Isaiah out to nearly 6 seconds now, 5.9. So just stretching the lead as these 2, 3 are racing real hard for the second spot. So Isaiah loving what's going on in the mirror and just loving the green flag run right now, obviously, as well. So
that blue speck on the track map, that is Isaiah Gill coming off of turn 2 before these guys are even getting into turn 1. So Isaiah having a great run up here. You see, he's now just coming off of turn number 4. I'm sorry, coming into turn. Now he's off of turn number 4. Crossing the line. And then you see look back to second as they're just coming off of turn 4, number 1 now. So a great, incredible lead right now that Isaiah Gill has gotten out to. You know, I guess if there's no restarts, Isaiah Gill is just going to have to stretch his legs here.
Yeah, really pushing his lead, you know, stretching it a second every, I don't know, 3 or 4 laps, maybe 5. So, yeah, pushing it out.
Brian Merrill Jr. getting around the 94 Dylan Dunford to take away that 6th spot. A little further back, we got Todd Mays at 29 of Brandon Richardson. And as I mentioned before, Mays just kind of falling back.
Yeah, Logan all the way up to 5th spot. Like I said, starting in last, working his way up to Tyler Aspinall now. So, really an excellent run so far for the 7 machine.
See how low he gets there to get underneath. Try to get underneath Tyler Aspinall there. How long it takes him to get back to the throttle.
Yeah, I mentioned it earlier, but a lot of these guys that are really, really adept at the short tracks, Logan, Isaiah, obviously, Kyle, you know, very, very good at rolling the corners and has the patience of not getting back into the gas too early. And when they do get back into the gas, it's not a light switch, Josh. You know, they know how to use the tires correctly and ease it back in.
And I think that's the hardest thing for people to learn is throttle control, especially these mid-horsepower ARCA cars. Throttle control is where it's at. It's all about keeping the momentum, but there's still enough horsepower underneath you where if you do try to use the gas like a light switch, it will jump out from underneath you, as you see Hagerman move up into that 4th spot, and he sets his sights on Zachary Cox.
Yep, and we're reaching about halfway now. Isaiah out to about 8 1/4 seconds of a lead. We'll see what the pit strategy is here with the field. Isaiah, I'm sure, is not, you know, until time starts to get made back up against him. I mean, he's not pressing for a pit stop, so we'll see what happens.
We listen to Isaiah Gill work that throttle as he's just starting to catch some lap traffic now. Great view from the roll bar here. Little battle on track here. It's the 11. Brett Merle looks like he's going to be the first car to hit pit road.
Yeah, lap 36, just past halfway, and the new married man is heading down pit road to get some 4 new fuel goods.
And it must feel like you're crawling there as we see Isaiah Gill catching up to Tony Richardson and Atlee Weiss. Isaiah's just going to go around these guys with ease. Just showing how much faster that 2 car is right now than anybody else on track. Last time
really on a rail, Josh, is what I was going to say.
Yeah, last time by, he ran a 29.26 while lapping people. And Kyle Mays and Zachary Cox, who are running by themselves, just ran 29.53, 29.63. So, not even close to Isaiah. And these guys have clear track. The only guy who's running or able to match Isaiah's time right now is the 7 of Logan Hagerman, who's up into the 4th spot, trying to take that 3rd spot away from Zachary Cox. And Bobby Mays now hitting pit road. As Hagerman's now making the move. And as you saw Tyler Aspinall just getting a great run there off the corner. Trying to get underneath the two of them. So it looks like Tyler's saved his tires here for the end of the run as he's starting to really come on here.
Yeah, I know him and Logan probably both wish a caution come out at least before the end of the race. They can catch back up and have their chance at Isaiah on a restart with maybe matching tires. So we shall see how this turns out. And like we said at the beginning, Josh, 65% of fuel. So I believe they're going to have to pit. If we get full green flag run here, the field will have to pit.
Here comes Tyler Aspinall underneath Logan Hagerman here. Logan sees that 45 is just a little bit faster right now. He's going to let him by and slide in behind him. Doesn't make sense to fight right now as we're only about halfway, or just past halfway, so. And Zachary Cox tried to get around Logan. Logan looks like he's struggling now a little bit.
Yeah, definitely changed the lineup from running down on the dog leg to staying up a little bit high. So may have wore him down on that run up to the top 5 a little bit, but still sitting in 4th position. Pretty strong.
And for those watching at home, you see the pit stops happening on the bottom of the screen. The time that you're seeing ticking right now is the time on pit road. When it's flashing pit, that means that they're approaching their pit box. When it's a solid pit, that means that they are stopped in their box. And after their pit stop is done, you'll see the time. That's how long their actual pit stop was. As Hagerman now back to the bottom.
I think we missed the pit there, Josh, on Isaiah.
Yeah, I see. Just saw him come in. Isaiah on pit road now. While that's happening, we got a great battle back here between Dylan Dunford and Brandon White. And once Isaiah's pit, I'm sure everybody else is thinking, you know, hey, the leader just pit. We better get in there so we don't lose much time to him. So Kyle Mays is going to take over the lead here. He continues to stay out and run. Tyler Aspinall just hit pit road. Also, right now, there are only 7 cars on the lead lap right now.
Yeah.
The only car that's pit and hasn't lost a lap is Isaiah Gill, due to the big lead that he already had. And I think Kyle Mays, Logan Hagerman, these guys, these first 6 cars are just hoping a caution comes out. That's their only hope, because right now they're in a position where if the caution doesn't come out, they're going to be in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, you got to think they're running it dry, Josh, just hoping for that caution.
There it is.
There it is.
There it is.
And just like that, the prayers are answered. What do we have in store for the Wreckage Rewind?
Oh, that's not where I wanted it to be. Looks like Michael Provolt had some issues here. That is the 16 and Nick Mathers right in front of him. And it looks like Nick just gets a little loose there coming off of turn number 4. And Michael Provolt doesn't have any time to check up. Gets in the back of Nick, and the two of them go for a slide down the front stretch. It looks like Nick doesn't have too much damage, but Proval having much more.
And we have most of the field coming down pit road, to at least the ones that were on the lead lap outside of Isaiah, to obviously grab their tires and their fuel. Gives them, what was that, 3 laps, 4 laps better tires than Isaiah.
Yeah, about
Josh,
that. About right around
bit
there,
of
yeah.
it, yeah, a bit of an advantage for them, and I know Hagerman and Kyle Mays specifically love that. So we shall see here. It should set up a good final 20 laps to the checkered flag, and should be a good run.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing how this this all plays out here. There's only one caution so far. When we refire, we're gonna have about 20 laps to go, and Isaiah Gill's gonna have that clean air, but a little older tires, as you said. I don't know if that's gonna be much of a disadvantage to him.
It's gonna be some interesting storylines. Tyler's up there as well, so yeah, we'll see here.
And all these cars that are in front of Isaiah here, that's Michael Cheeseburger Lawrence, Brandon Richardson, Stoney Benfield, Todd Mays, Bobby Mays, Tyler Aspinall. These guys are all in front of him. So in that, with one to go, these guys, Atlee Atman Weiss is up there, the 74 of Brian Merle Jr. These guys are all going to get their wave around. They're going to be able to get back on the lead lap. As right now, they're just on the tail end. So I believe Atlee is 2 down right now, so he'll get one of those back. Same with the 18. Tony Richardson, he's also 2 back. He's going to get one of them back. Nick Mather elects to pit here. And give up that lap that he was going to get back.
Bold move, Cotton.
As you see Atlee, Michael Provault, and all these guys getting waved around the pace truck. Isaiah Gill looks to elect the inside line. With Kyle Mays on the outside, Logan Hagerman sitting in 3rd, Zach Cox in 4th. The 94, Dylan Dunford and Brandon White make out your top 6. Derek Chaput, then a couple Merles back there. As we're re-racked, restacked, and ready to refire. Pace car hits that hard left-hand turn. Green flag's back in the air. Isaiah hits that loud pedal. Doesn't catch Kyle Mays sleeping, though. Kyle is right there on his back bumper as they go into turn 1. You see Logan Hagerman now taking that deep dive down through the dog leg. Oh, yellow's back out.
The CBCs. Case of the CBCs.
Yeah, cautions breed cautions. Have to see exactly what happened, as I actually don't see anything on my screen here. I don't know. What do you see?
Let me take a look.
Bear with us while we see if we can figure out what brought out this caution here. Yeah, I don't, I apologize, folks. I do not see anything on the track.
I'm not seeing anything either, Josh.
Oh, I found it. Ooh, this is not going to be a happy family dinner after this. As we've got the 5 of Bobby Mays and the 25 of Todd Mays. And they just go off into turn number 1 here. And the 25, it gets into the back of the 5. Sends him right around, and I believe that's what caused the caution right there.
Yeah, that is the only contact we've seen made, so.
In the chat here, we got Dakota Camper on YouTube saying it's Hagerman time. And Dean Qualley saying, hey guys, pretty good racing tonight. Dean, it's been some great racing tonight. 2 cautions as we got 16 laps to go. But as Dave mentioned, right now, cautions breed cautions. And these quick restarts are not what Isaiah wants to see, as he just wants some green flag laps so he can spread his wings and stretch that lead. So I believe we're getting ready to go 1 to go here as the pace truck's getting ready to come off turn 4. The lights on the pace truck should shut off this time. Isaiah Guild elects to take the inside again, with Kyle Mays to his outside, Zachary Cox, Logan Hagerman in the second row. Brandon White, Dylan Dunford, Derek Chaput, Brett Merle, Tyler Aspinall, and Brian Merle Jr. make up your top 10. And on the last restart, Kyle Mays was able to stay right there on the start with Brian Nudie until they got into the corner. We'll have to see if Kyle's able to do the same thing and get a good jump here on the restart. As again, we got him re-racked, restacked, again, ready to refire. Pace truck's getting ready to take that hard left-hand turn on the pit road. Isaiah Gill leads them back to the restart zone. Green flag's back in the air. And Kyle Mays not getting the restart that he got last time. As Logan Hagerman on that high lane, getting around. Zachary Cox makes a hard drive down to the bottom here to get underneath Kyle Mays. And into turn number 3, he's down on the apron trying to make that pass. Oh, Kyle Mays hard into the wall. Across traffic. Oh, up and over.
That is a big one. Was that some netcode, Josh, or did he just overcorrect there?
I think he just got loose and overcorrected, as we're going to bring back our wreckage rewind here.
Man.
That was a scary one as he went up and over, and we're going to take a look here. I want to take a look here from the blimp because that's going to give us probably our best view.
Yeah, the AMR crews are on scene now. Let's hope Kyle is okay.
You see Logan Hagerman. No contact. I think the 55 just got into the gas a little hard. He gets shot up the track hard into the outside safer barrier. And trying to lock it down, comes back across track into the 11 of Brett Merle. Goes underneath Brian Merle. Here comes the 5 of Bobby Mays. Everybody trying to get woed behind. You see Atman Weiss hitting the inside wall, trying to avoid it. I think that's the only contact he's going to have here, is he's going to sneak on through. And you're right, just not not what we wanted to see, as again.
Yeah. unfortunate stuff. I'm looking back at the replay too right now, Josh. It's exactly what you said. Doesn't look like any real net code there. Kyle starts to lose it, and you can see the hands just an overcorrect, and that fusion snaps back the other way and right into the wall.
Check out this view here as we see that's Brian Merle's view of the bottom of the maze car there. And again, cautions breed cautions.
Yeah, and that EOL's going to the 55 there. Obviously, a bunch of cars kind of torn up in that wreck. Looks like it's going to end the day for Kyle as far as competitive and winning the race. It looks like he's about 2 laps down. Opens the door for the 7 car. Brandon White is also there. Dylan Dumfort, Tyler Aspinall, and Bobby Mays.
Tell you what, I'm not going to put anything behind Tyler Aspinall. He's had a fast car all night long as well. And even though he's sitting back right now in the 5th spot, having a great run, and I think he's got a chance to get up there if we have a little bit of a green run. We're going to have about 10 laps to go, 9 laps to go when we go back green flag racing. And if these guys up front start to get real racy, he's got a chance to get himself up there as well for a good finish.
Yeah, for sure. And I think it'll be very interesting here on the restart. We'll see Logan Cena a couple now from the catbird seats and behind Isaiah. So no real trick to the trade. It's, real right at the exit of the corner while the rest of the field is in the corner to get that jump. So we'll see what happens here, and should be a good finish, Josh.
Yeah, not going to throw anything away from Brandon White either, because he's sitting back there in a good position. If those two in front of him make a little contact and rough each other up, he can get right on by.
Absolutely. I don't know that anybody's going to have anything for that 2 car, but we'll find out here shortly.
Well, the pace truck gets ready to take its hard left-hand turn. Isaiah Gill's going to lead him back to the restart zone. He's on the gas already. Green flag back in the air as they come down the front stretch. And there's Brandon White looking to the inside of Logan Hagerman. Hagerman's going to have to surrender that 2nd spot. But Hagerman's fighting hard back on the outside now. You see the field coming off turn 4. Oh, 74 goes around in front of Michael Provolt. Comes back across the track. Yellow is out.
Yep.
I actually saw that one at the top of the screen as it was happening. And that looked like a case of just getting a little loose there off the corner.
Yep.
As we see the 74 here to the inside of his brother. And yeah, it looks like he just got to the gas just a little too quick, too early. And you see him already losing the back end, and it's a helpless feeling there when that thing goes around like that in front of the pack. And Michael Provolt, Atlee and Reese getting a piece of it as well. Well, earlier in the race, I said cautions were not going to be Isaiah Gill's best friend. Right now, they're actually his best friend because he's not having to worry about these guys get a run on him or anything like that. The yellows just keep coming out, and he gets to keep restarting there in the front spot.
Yeah, Josh, and forgive me if I'm wrong, he's led. I mean, we're on lap, 64 here? He's led at least 55 of those, if not more, correct?
He's led every lap that he wasn't on pit road. Yeah, I want to say he's probably led, like you said, I'm going to say at least 58 laps tonight. That's for sure. As we see the 4 car of Mark Shavers get the wave around here. Which means the lights on the pace car are going to be on for at least one more lap here.
And Josh, you think we got any takers in the top 10 going to get another set or no?
No, I think these guys have made their bed, and these guys are going to keep the tires that they got on them right now. Also, while we got this moment, while the lights are still on the pace truck, don't forget to join us tomorrow night for a double header here on Intensity Broadcasting, as we're going to have the SESRA Dirt Series tomorrow night starting at 8 o'clock. And then we'll have the iOS Cup Series start at 9:45. So we're going to have a double header, dirt early, iRacing Cup afterwards. Yours truly on the call for both of those. I know Dave's looking forward to running tomorrow in the Cup Series.
Yeah, it's going to be an excellent Tuesday.
As the Cup Series will be taking on Homestead Miami Speedway. One of my favorite tracks. I always joke about it because last time, actually it's not the Cup Series taking on Homestead. The trucks are taking on Homestead. The Cups is taking on...
It's Nashville Fairgrounds.
Nashville Fairgrounds, yep.
Yeah, which should be an interesting race. We've seen how ARCA Pro fared when they went to the fairgrounds, and it was not very well. So
trucks took on the fairgrounds as well.
Yeah.
That was one I'd like to forget.
Exactly.
Actually, I had a pretty good run going through that until I made the mistake and reset when I probably shouldn't have.
Actually, it's the trucks that I was thinking about, Josh. The fairgrounds are actually next week in ARCA Pro. So.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Well, here we go. We're going to have Isaiah Gill restarting on point again with Brandon White to his outside. Logan Hagerman in that 3rd spot. And Logan on the inside is kind of where he wants to be, I think, on this restart. Isaiah already on the gas, coming off the corner. Gets a great little jump there out to the lead. Brandon White following in behind him. Further back, we see some 3-wide racing already back here. Logan Hagerman trying to make that track as short as he can. Oh, Chaput up the track, able to hold on to it. With just 3 laps to go, Isaiah Gill. Two laps to go, excuse me. Oh, Derek Chaput up into the outside wall, able to hold on to it. We're 4 wide back here. As the white flag is out for Isaiah Gill coming across the line. Don't know if Brandon White's going to have anything for him here.
I don't believe so, Josh, but we'll see if he can get a run here.
Got a car crashed on the front stretch, but it looks like we're going to be able to finish up here as Isaiah Gill works through turns 3 and 4 for the last time. Brandon White looks to the high side, but it's going to be Isaiah Gill crossing the line for the win. Brandon White in second, Logan Hagerman in third, Dylan Dunford fourth, and Tyler Aspinall coming home in P5. And I know I saw, I have to take a real quick back here and see what happened to Todd Mays.
Yeah, we had Brandon Richardson, or excuse me, Brett Merle in the 6th spot. Brandon Richardson coming home 7th. Stoney Benefield 8th. Bobby Mays 9th. Derek Chaput 10th. So good runs by all those gentlemen.
Yeah, pretty big wreck here on the front stretch. Took out a couple cars as the 25 just got loose. Caught Derek Chaput and Brian Merrill Jr. Atlee up on top of the Chaput car as well, but Isaiah Gill, your winner here in the ARCA Pro Series. As we take a look at our results, well, actually let's let Isaiah burn him down here on the front stretch first. So a great victory for Isaiah Gill, dominating the race. Leading almost at least 80% of the race here. Yeah, he's up against the wall, burning it down for his crew.
Yeah, real domination by Isaiah. Excellent run. Nobody really had anything for him. Obviously, like you said, the only time he lost the lead was when he had to pit. So, and didn't even get lapped. So, yeah, excellent run. Real domination. It's been really his series and season to lose. I know he's only in 10th spot, but a couple of those races that he didn't win was dominating those as well. A couple mistakes, different decisions that didn't work out that ended the night. So, yeah, really been dominant so far.
So let's pull in our third place finisher here, Logan Hagerman. Logan, you got Josh and Dave in the booth. You got us?
I got you guys.
Man, great run for you tonight. Coming from the back of the field, didn't qualify. Starts dead last. Had a chance to win. It looked like if it continued green through those last couple runs, you would have been okay up there. Seemed like those late precautions really hurt your short run speed. How does you see the race from your side of things tonight?
Yeah, so I was having VR issues at the start, so I missed out on qualifying. So I had to start last, but I was able to make my way right up to the front, my way up to third after that first caution. At the end, I felt like I probably had a chance, but I needed a long green run, and I just didn't get it. The cautions kept coming out, so it kind of ruined my day.
Logan, yeah, like Josh said, started from the back going to the front. Really do excellent at the short track, specifically like the mile and a halves. What's the trick? You know, is ISM Raceway just one of your favorites, or what's some of the tips you can give out to some of the success?
I don't share any advice. I want people to. I just
People are looking to get paid advice. Where can they reach out?
find me on Discord or Facebook.
Or the Loading and Cody show.
Exactly. And yeah, so for shout outs, let's jump right to shout outs there. I gotta thank Grandma Hagerman, she's watching. She already texted me. Thank you, Grandma. I gotta thank Cody Moore and the Logan and Cody show. I'm gonna try to get Grandma Hagerman on the show maybe in 2 weeks. She doesn't know it, but she's listening now, so now she knows it. And I gotta thank you guys up in the booth.
Awesome, Logan. Well, congratulations again. Great job tonight. And we move on tomorrow night to the Cup Series. Hopefully you'll have some success there as well.
Thanks, guys.
Let's see if we can pull in our second place finisher here. Brandon White. Brandon, Josh, and Dave in the booth. You got us?
What's happening, guys?
Man, great run tonight. Kind of came out of nowhere there at the end. I know Isaiah Gill kind of dominated the race tonight, but hopefully you had something for him there at the end. What was the strategy tonight? Because you seem to be kind of mid-pack most of the race and came on there at the end.
I just sat there and kind of just minded my own business. I don't like starting up front on tracks like this, to be honest. I thought about was it Brett or Brian when they at Irwindale for a second, and it was pretty funny to think about that. But I just started in the back and just, like I said, minded my own business, and then slowly made my way to the front and learned what Isaiah was doing in practice a little bit, and kind of tried to make a little tweaks, and it seemed to work real good at the end of the run.
Brandon, yeah, really an excellent run for you. Isaiah obviously dominated up front. Did you think yourself or anybody coming into those last restarts had anything for him on the shootouts?
I think I did, honestly, maybe a little bit. I was, I don't know, man. I really don't know how to put it. I think I was a little better than him actually at the end of the end of the run. But I wish I kind of started up front to see where it ended. But other than that, the car was real quick and had good long run speed.
Yeah, and long runs was the name of the game tonight, as we had a really long run to start the race, which we were kind of
Yeah.
surprised about. But a great run. Anybody you want to shout out? Any thanks or shout outs you want to give tonight?
Yeah, I'd like to shout out everybody in Tupac. Thanks for having a good chat while we were running.
Awesome, man. Well, congratulations on the second place finish, and good luck to you tomorrow night as the Cup Series takes on
Awesome. Thanks,
Nashville.
guys.
And finally, we got a winner tonight, Isaiah Gill. Isaiah, you got Josh and Dave in the booth. You got us?
Yeah.
Man, congratulations on the win, dominating pretty much the entire race. The only laps you didn't lead were right after that pit stop. Long green flag run to start. Were you really expecting the race to go green that long?
Yeah, actually, I kind of was. Because we had a lower car count, and when you don't have Nudie and Black in the field, there's not that many yellows. So,
Isaiah, a couple questions for you. First and foremost, how is your shoulder doing?
my shoulder feels great. Can't feel it right now, but it feels great.
Excellent, excellent. Some domination, obviously, over the last 2 weeks with some wins. We talked a little bit before about the couple weeks before that where you were really dominant as well, but some unfortunate set of circumstances or decisions led to some tragic events in those races. Who is able to challenge you in the ARCA Pro, do you think? Or is it your series to lose?
Uh, to be honest, to name a few, Brandon, Logan, Canudi, and Black, and it was kind of really refreshing because and today when I was in 8 seconds, it's nice to not look back in the mirror and see either Black or Canudi on your butt. So it was kind of pretty a chill night, and it was kind of my track to lose. I love Phoenix no matter where we go, so no matter what car.
Awesome run tonight, and I know the short track tomorrow night at Nashville's Fairgrounds in the Cup Series. Can you bring that short track experience you gained here tonight to the Cup
Oh,
Series
yeah.
tomorrow night?
For sure, it's awesome. My favorite track. I haven't bought it yet, but I'm pretty sure short track life. I'll be up there.
Awesome, man. Any shout outs you want to give before we let you go?
I like to thank Josh Hall for making sure my restarts were okay, and I like to thank Canudi for not showing up, and yeah, that's about it.
The important thing is, I know not everybody here on the Discord or is on the Discord, but did you happen to see my new avatar on the Discord?
Yes, I love it.
Awesome, man. Well, congratulations on the win tonight. And I know that I'm going to have a brand new Record Rewind tomorrow that does not involve you, but it does
Oh,
involve
no.
a restart at Atlanta. So good luck tomorrow night at Nashville, and hopefully I'll talk to you again tomorrow night.
Thank you. You guys have a good night.
Well, Dave, a lot of shocking turn of events tonight, as we weren't expecting to really see that long green flag run that we saw, and really shook up the field a bit tonight.
Yeah, I mean, kind of a tale of two halves, really. Long green flag run to start got us past halfway, then kind of a cautions breed cautions there to the end. But a good, 6 lap shootout. Story of the night, really domination by the two machine. Nobody had much for them. We heard from both Logan and Brandon, who thought they may have on longer runs. So some of the cautions may have marred that in the end. But again, I think that the cautions also helped them get back to Isaiah, as we know he had out to a commanding 8-10 second lead. So
For sure, and looking forward to seeing what tomorrow night brings in the Cup Series at Nashville Fairgrounds. Tune in here on Intensity to check that out. Don't forget to tune in before that, though, for the SESRA Dirt Series tomorrow night. They'll be taking on Veluza in the Dirt Late Models tomorrow night. So that's going to be at 8 o'clock tomorrow night. And then we'll have iOS Cup Series at 9:45. Then we'll have iOS Trucks on Wednesday and some dirt on Thursday. So don't forget to tune back in here for that. On top of that, Dave, you have anything else you'd like to add tonight before we let these fine folks go?
No, I don't. Just excellent race, and on to next week in Nashville Fairgrounds with the ARCA cars, which, like you said, that's where we'll be tomorrow night in the Cup cars. So fun.
Awesome, man. Well, on behalf of Dave and myself and Intensity Broadcasting, thanks for joining us tonight for the iOS ARCA Series. It was a blast tonight. Isaiah Gill getting the win. Don't forget to tune in every single night of the week as we have live racing 7 nights a week here on iOS. Here on Intensity Broadcasting. Wow, I'm looking at other things on my screen. We are on Twitch, we're on YouTube, we're on Facebook. Check out Intensity Broadcasting, Intensity Broad 1 on Twitter, and we're also on eRacing TV. You'll find us there a couple nights a week, so check us out there. And as Atlee Atman Weiss would say,